This is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to share something that it took me years to learn. And it's not so much that it wasn't that hard to learn, but to understand. And that is how to say no. Now, like I say, I've been self-employed all my life. And so you just, not only it's not polite, but it's just not nice to flat say, you know, when somebody asks you something, you say no. And when I've had employees, I had to learn when you just start saying no like that, then they expect yes or no. And you don't want, not only you don't want employees like that, but you don't want to be around people that their mind is so shallow that they can't understand and comprehend. That's why when I, instead of no, when somebody asks something and I would say, well, why would you think like that? Why, what's the reasoning for that? And then they would explain, and then I would clarify my thoughts, and this is the way it is, and see, because maybe they do have a good idea on what's going on. And so for me to say no, just do it that way, that's not going to stimulate their brain. They're not going to be able to think and learn to apply logic. And so, and as an employee, you don't want them just doing exactly this is what you do and that's it. Now I understand big companies, they do it like that. That's why I don't like big business. I mean, this is what they want you to do. They got a job description, and this is what you do. No more, no less. It kind of sounds like a union people, but anyway. What I want is I want not only my employees, but my friends, the people I surround myself with, I want them to use logic. I want them to think. I want them to be able to understand. So when I ask them, well, why are you doing that? Then they can give me a logical reason instead of just flat just blurting it right out. And why? Because they learned yes or no. That's it. This is my job, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's it. No understanding about why they are doing that. You know, no logic involved at all, and that is not the way to grow. Now my dog, Xena, you've seen her. Now she does exactly what I tell her. No thinking, no reasoning, no logic. It's a yes or no, and when I say no, I mean it's a no, and she knows no, and but she's a dog. Now to grow, and I mean to grow completely all the way around. I mean, a lot of people think, well, you just get old, then you just because you're old, you get a certain amount of respect. This is why I really have a hard time working for different people, and that's because in the military was really bad about it. Okay, if you've been there longer than me, I am supposed to blindly follow you, and I don't do like that. I think, you know, I use logic, and so that's why I say the military was real bad. Somebody was in 1 month, came in 1 month before you, they have the authority over you. If you both have the same rank, but they've got the rank longer than you, they've got the authority over you, even though they're idiots. You know, I mean, there's been people that have been in the military, you know, that have been there for 5 years, and, you know, they get to be an E3, you know, and, you know, like I say, I'll E3. Now, went to Vietnam as an E1, and Marines never said I was E1, but I had a bad attitude, so that's why I went over as E1. But like I say, in less than a year, I was E3 up for an E4. And yes, I was in combat, and yes, everybody else was dying, so I guess maybe somebody's got to take the rank. So, but what I'm saying is, when you have abilities and logic, that should be enough for you to grow and get better. And like I say, you will gain respect from others like that. You don't need the time in. So that's why you need to learn to say no the proper way. And it's not no. It's finding and understanding what it is that's going on, and why is it that they're even asking a certain question, and because maybe there's something more in depth than what you can physically see right there in front of you. I'm a good example. People would look at me and say, well, hey, you're a nut and all this kind of stuff, but the ones that get to know me, they understand there's a method to the madness. And but like I say, try to improve your people skills by learning how to say no. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.